You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the #1 sports talk show on the planet.
This is Sports Talk with Hot Sauce, Texas Pete Hot Sauce, the Doug Stewart Show.
Broadcasting live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Time, exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Follow Stewart Media and Entertainment right now on Facebook and stay connected and locked in for upcoming events like the Couples and Cocktails series, viewing parties, and much, much more. Up next, The Doug Stewart Show, Sports Talk with Hot Sauce.
Yeah!
Exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com, America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STEW to play for free. That's STEW for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STEW, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STEW. This your boy Doug Stewart for my folks at System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners here in the Metro Atlanta area all the way down to Macon, Georgia, the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for that busy lifestyle you lead for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's some of the reasons why you should choose System 5.
Hi, I'm Maceo Brown, President and CEO of System 5 Electronics. We take pride in making sure that security is the #1 thing that we do. And thanks to you, the customer that has supported us, we have grown this company in Southwest Atlanta, where we're creating jobs and opportunities.
Not only is their monitoring station here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this, you own the security alarm system once it's installed. And you get direct access to the owner if you ever got a problem, Mr. Maceo Brown. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736, or online at System5electronicsinc.com. That's System5electronicsinc.com.
You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials, because the revolution will not be televised.
Do you want that real sports talk? Unfiltered, unsanitized? Well, you have found it. This is a revolution in radio. The realest, trillest sports talk show in America. The Doug Stewart Show. Ow! This is sports talk for the people. Yeah! Welcome to the Doug Stewart Show. What's happening? Yeah, Throwback Thursday. And a lot of great stuff to get into today. Thank you so much for joining your boy. I really do appreciate it. Today's date, March 12th, 2015. Thank you for already being interactive. I already see you in the chat room. Yeah. Let's see who we got in this chat room, man. Shouts out to Griff, JB Jennings, Rail Scott, Sluggo, Niners for Life, Juan Cruz, That Ninja, Jungle Brother, Ronald Cameron, King 50, Vince Smooth, OG Dion. Thank you. Yeah. All right, as you can tell from the title of today's show, we're going to talk about DeMarco Murray, man, and the Dallas Cowboys. It looks like the relationship is over. He's headed to Philly, so we'll get more into that. We're going to jump into some Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao conversation. Ronda Rousey, the UFC women's champion who kicks much ass. And we didn't even talk about her last week after she got her big, 14-second victory. She's getting called out, and she's kind of calling out somebody. So we're going to talk about that story as well. What else are we going to get into, man? That's a couple of things we're going to talk about. But the first thing we got to talk about, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Oh, yeah, you can give me a call at 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. But the first thing we got to talk about is Empire from last night. Now, Tree, jump on the mic here for a second, Tree.
Mess.
Is that your definitive statement on last night's episode? Mess?
A waste of 60 minutes of my life.
All right. I tend to agree with you, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Last night was clearly the worst episode I think they've had this year. And for me, it was for two particular reasons. What I do when I watch TV shows and I watch movies is I try to find where they kind of dropped the ball as far as the script, okay? And I think twice last night they dropped the ball. Let me kind of quiz you and see if you're with me on this. What do you think happened last night that I'm saying they dropped the ball on?
Well, we didn't see Boo Boo Kitty at all. And you can't go from what happened the week before to now. She's just gone.
Okay, well, we can add that to the list. Here's the two things that I was thinking. And, you got a guess? You got a guess? Go ahead.
Well, the Andre storyline, I don't feel was given enough attention last night either.
Okay, see, this is the difference between me and a lot of people that watch TV and movies or whatever. And when I say these, you're going to say, oh, yeah, you're right. Two things that I think they dropped the ball on. One, there's this whole story with Lucius, and he's Raven-Symoné's baby daddy, okay? They just dropped that. Like, after this was revealed, like, Raven just packed a bag and left, and nobody even said to Lucius, hey, man, you was messing with Dre's wife, or Andre's wife? Nobody said nothing at all. Jamal, I'm sorry. You were messing with Jamal's wife? You had sex with Jamal's wife? You got a baby for her? And they just packed, and her and the baby just left. And nobody said anything to him about it, and it was just like, what the hell? Is that it?
Because he's lying.
What do you mean he's lying?
He said that to keep that man from blowing that baby up or shooting whoever he was.
No, Tree. I think he's telling the truth. And we talked last night about this, going back and forth. With the first scene where they kind of had a flashback, and Raven-Symoné and Lucius like caught eyes. I believe it's true. So have you read something to say that it's not true? He just made that up.
Okay, so I just feel like they would have qualified it if it was true. I'm not saying they didn't sleep together, but all we got to do is get a test, okay? That's so simple.
But Tree, you must have missed it. You don't remember the conversation that Raven-Symoné and Jamal had together where she said that basically, you're probably not the father?
Okay, we need to establish if they never, ever slept together. Like, they clearly did, or he would not be thinking that could possibly be his child.
Okay.
Lucius is lying.
Let's ask the listeners, the dogs and the poodles, about that, and the Stewies on the chat line. And the second thing is, did you not notice this whole thing where Lucius paid off Naomi Campbell to leave town? She, in effect, agreed to leave town, but she tore up the check. Like, I don't understand. Why would you leave? Why would you get on this plane to Paris or France or wherever, and you just tore up the bribe money? That didn't make sense at all. See, y'all ain't even on my level. Y'all ain't even on my level with this TV. Yes.
You are brilliant. You're right.
You didn't even catch that. Like, she tore up the check. She tore up the bribe money, but then she got into the limousine and was driven to the airport to get on this plane and leave the country. That didn't make sense at all. So I don't know what happened last night. I agree with you. I don't know if they took a vacation, the week before and they didn't get back into the swing of things or whatever. But last night was kind of like a little chink in the harbor. Yeah, I think it was.
Surely those things have been shot already, like those sequences.
Right.
So I think also they were messing with us to get us all riled up like we are.
Yeah.
Ready for next week, 2 hours.
2-hour season finale. Now, I'm going to watch. Last night, though, I got to be honest with you, it was a little bit disappointing for me. But, yeah, I'm going to watch, man. All right, thanks, Tree. All right. Yeah, you got to talk about Empire. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, did you observe the same two things that I did? A couple of things didn't make sense. They didn't tie together. It's like they dropped the ball. I don't know. What are your thoughts on Empire from last night, man? We could talk about that on today's show. The number is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug@thedougstewartshow.com. It's the Throwback Thursday. What we're going to do today is a little Dougie Daily. All right? We usually do top fives. Top fives cool as hell. But a pair of Nike basketball shoes, believed to be the earliest NBA game-worn Michael Jordan sneakers to ever hit the market, will be auctioned off next month. A guy named Khalid Ali, who was a ball boy for the Lakers in the 84-85 season, he's consigned the Nike shoes, he says, Jordan gave him after the Chicago Bulls played the Lakers on December 2nd, 1984. They're saying these shoes are going to fetch somewhere, in the $50,000 range. And it might be even more because now they're blowing up a little bit online and people are talking about them. So here's the Dougie Daily question, and just chime in. What are your thoughts? Give me, your thought on this. What sports collectible would you love to have? And that could be anything in the world. We're talking about these sneakers from Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan sneakers of any time are going to be worth a lot of money, but these in particular are worth a lot because of the significance and the sentimental value, I guess. So give me something that, is tied to sports you think is worth a lot of money. Like, off the top of my head, like Deion Sanders' do-rag that he used to wear. Or maybe one of the gold chains that Deion had when he did the interview after he got drafted by the Atlanta Falcons. I don't know. Anything you can think of. What do you think would have a lot of value and a lot of people would love to have as far as sports memorabilia? Okay, let's have a little fun with that today. The number is 404-382-0338. You can email me at Doug@thedougstewartshow.com. And make sure you check out my Twitter account at The Doug Stewart Show and retweet today's lucky tweet. And your lucky numbers and your stew magic and all of that. When we get back from the break, more shenanigans in Philly. And Dallas basically telling DeMarco Murray, we don't love them hoes. We'll talk about that up next on The Doug Stewart Show. Keep it locked. System 5 Electronics is proud to offer my listeners in the Atlanta area the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for your busy lifestyle for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's just a few reasons to choose System 5. Not only is their monitoring station located here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this, you own your security alarm system once it's installed. Not only have they been around for almost 25 years, but their customer service is excellent. And you get direct access to the owner, Mr. Maceo Brown, to resolve any issues with your alarm system. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736. And make sure and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Yes! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play. So, you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. This is your folk, Doug Stewart. Want to protect you and your family from life's unexpected mishaps? Then join 7. Join 7 is a prepaid legal company under the umbrella of the Protection Group. Join 7 is the only group benefit or motor club in the U.S. that offers auto reimbursement coverage, key replacement coverage, roadside assistance, gives you a current Medi-file, prescription savings, and fully encompassed prepaid legal benefits that include identity theft. They got your back. The average combined cost to purchase these benefits individually is over $850 a year. Join today and take advantage of all 7 for $17 a month. They've been around for over 20 years, so check them out by clicking on the banner link on my page, thedougstewartshow.com, or the app. Just go ahead and join 7. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. And this is a Throwback Thursday. And this segment is brought to you by System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners in the Atlanta area the most affordable home security monitoring systems. Yeah. Hold on. Just doing my little popping and locking up in here. But they're happy to offer my listeners the most affordable home alarm monitoring systems in the world, basically, for $16.50 per month. Check them out online at System5electronicsinc.com. They've been around for almost 25 years. When they install your security alarm system, you own it. You don't have to worry about them if you ever have a problem, which I doubt you will, coming and pulling it off the wall or something crazy like that. So you're good to go with System5electronicsinc.com. And that's 5, the number 5, System5electronicsinc.com. This is a Throwback Thursday, and we're talking about a sports collectible you would love to have, something you think that would have a lot of value. Got that question from some game-worn sneakers from Michael Jordan early in his career, hitting the market, so talking about that. Also, man, more NFL talk, more free agency talk, and DeMarco Murray in particular is set to meet with the Philadelphia Eagles today. Now, all of this came about, in effect, because Dallas hadn't offered really, any deal. Now, I'm hearing that the Dallas Cowboys lowballed him. They're calling it a lowball offer of $5 million a year. He does not feel that that's enough. And so to rub it in their face, I guess, it's kind of like a lover's quarrel or whatever. He's getting on a plane and traveling to Philadelphia, the arch enemy, the division rivalry, and heading to Philadelphia to possibly sign with the Eagles. Now, this is kind of like a lesson, and I always talk about this, and I rail on how, they don't love you, man. I mean, these teams, this is all about business. These teams really don't love you. They may act like they love you. The fans say they love you, but if you're gone and they replace you with somebody just as good or better, they're not going to really care. I mean, really all of that stuff just wanes over time. And that's exactly what this is right now. DeMarco Murray last year played many, many games with a broken hand, had a gazillion carries last year for the Dallas Cowboys. Also, keep in mind, in a sport where the running back value has been decreased over the last couple of years, and then you have a situation where a guy carries the ball a ton, basically lowering his value even more, and look what the Dallas Cowboys do. They disrespect the guy, don't offer him a deal, a fair deal, based on what the market says right now, and now he's going to have to leave. And we love you, and we're going to do right by you, this, that, and the other, but that's actually not the case. So this is a prime example. That's right, studio audience. That's right. This is a prime example of what I'm talking about. Now, me, myself, personally, and I've said it many, many times about DeMarco Murray, is I don't trust him. I just don't trust him. And evidently the Dallas Cowboys don't trust him either, because he's just had several injuries over the last couple of years, a couple of ACLs, and he's carried the ball a ton. And you got to factor in the fact that he played behind one of the best offensive lines in football. A lot of people will argue the best offensive line in football. So, I mean, yeah, you can't really give a lot of money to DeMarco Murray, in my opinion. I mean, he's got issues with his health, okay? And he's getting to that age right now. He's still fairly young. I believe, was he 26 years old? But still a ton of carries last year. And we've seen the numbers. Whenever a running back has that amount of carries, they never achieve the same numbers again in their career. They don't. They just don't. And so it's a risky proposition if you're the Dallas Cowboys. I understand both sides of it. On one side, I definitely understand DeMarco Murray feeling like that they pimped him, okay, and that they really don't care about him. And if he didn't know that before, now he understands it. He understands this is a business. And I understand the Cowboys are saying, man, we can't invest a lot of money into this guy because he's a walking injury. It's as simple as that. I definitely understand both sides of it. The crazy thing, though, when you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, is Philadelphia. You know, once again, with this theme with Chip Kelly and bringing in guys or getting rid of guys and bringing in guys that really weren't better than the players that you had before, or they don't fit, or you just don't get it. Like, why do you bring in Sam Bradford? You know, that doesn't make any sense at all. We talked about that on yesterday. That doesn't make any sense at all. I don't care how you cut it. I don't know how many Chip Kelly apologists I've heard out there this morning talking about the man knows what he's doing. And hold on. He may know what he's doing. Once again, my problem is you just don't get rid of great players. But he's doing that. You bring in Sam Bradford. You already signed Ryan Matthews, who's solid as hell, but another guy who can't stay healthy. So you just gave a deal to Ryan Matthews to be your running back, and you're going to bring in DeMarco Murray? I mean, that's not going to work. What are they going to run, split backs? That doesn't work. That's not a good fit to me, and we'll see. We'll see, because it really sounds like that DeMarco Murray is going to sign with the Philadelphia Eagles, and I just don't get the fit, especially when you factor in, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, especially when you factor in they just signed Ryan Matthews, who, when healthy, is a solid back. I mean, when healthy, he is a very solid back. So what are you going to do? Spend money? You got rid of a lot of guys because you said, you know, you could get their replacement at a cheaper rate. So you're going to bring in two backs that are going to command a lot of money in the free agent market, two top-tier backs, or two backs that could start for most teams in the NFL. It just doesn't make sense at all. And Chip Kelly is getting killed. And I listened to some Philadelphia radio on yesterday after the show, and I talked about that before, how I tried to tune into the city where the conversation is at. And I tuned into some radio yesterday on in Philadelphia, man, and they are absolutely killing Chip Kelly. The fans are killing Chip Kelly. You know why? Because fans aren't stupid. And, yes, they don't do this for a living, but even Stevie Wonder can see that these moves make no sense. Once again, Chip Kelly may have the last laugh. But right now, it seems like he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. I mean, it's as simple as that. It seems like he does not know what the hell he is doing. We will see. We will see. The number is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. What I'm going to do is read a lot of chat today like we do every single day, because that's what we do in the Doug Stewart Show. Keep it totally interactive. For all of the Stewies, my co-hosts, my co-pilots on the Doug Stewart Show. So we're going to read a lot of chat, and the way to do that is to go to Spreaker.com and follow the show. First of all, follow the show. All right, wait, stop for a second. Let me back up. Let me backtrack a little bit. Thank you so much. We just crossed the 4,000 follower plateau on Spreaker. Yes! 4,000 followers. Now, if you follow the show, sometimes you have to go in to the settings and set it up where whenever I do a live show, you'll get the alert. It doesn't automatically do it. But thank you so much for everybody that follows the show, the Doug Stewart Show. We're growing, I mean, just tremendous. It's tremendous. Right under 6 months, we've got over 100,000 listens to the show. Now we got over 4,000 followers to the show. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. But, yeah, to become active or interactive on the show, the Doug Stewart Show, go to Spreaker, follow me, and then hit the little chat bubble. It's like a little comic book bubble. And you hit the little chat bubble, and bam, you're open up to a whole new world of the Stewies. Yes, sir. Yeah. And they're already in here right now getting it in. They're already getting it in. So thank you so much for being totally interactive with the Doug Stewart Show. I really do appreciate it. So what are your thoughts on Chip Kelly? What are your thoughts on the Dallas Cowboys? If you're a Cowboy fan, here's the question I want to throw out to you. Are you okay with this? Are you one of the people that thought that the Cowboys should have did whatever it took to re-sign Dez Bryant or re-sign DeMarco Murray? They've already tagged Dez Bryant. But, I mean, in effect, you're going to have to go with, what's the kid's name, Lance Dunbar, or you're going to have to go with Jerome Randall, who Randall can't keep himself, out of trouble anyway, stealing draws and whatnot. I mean, you can't depend on him. Or do you think the Cowboys, have you heard any rumblings about the Cowboys, if they don't keep DeMarco Murray, are they going to draft a running back? They're going to be at a position, I'm going to guess, somewhere probably around 20 in the draft this year, based on where they finish up this past season. So that's probably going to be a place where you can get a guy like a Todd Gurley or something like that maybe later on in the draft. I don't know. I have no idea what the thoughts are of the Cowboys brass. A lot of people, once again, feel like they should have done everything possible. And I'm saying should have like it's already a done deal, and it's not a done deal. And it may be a situation where the agents just trying to play the media and all these insiders or whatever, so that the Cowboys will give them a call and they can re-sign with the Dallas Cowboys. We'll see. But a lot of people feel strong about DeMarco Murray, and I've always had the same thoughts on him. Like, I would just be very, very skeptical of relying on DeMarco Murray. I just would, based on his history, based on his body structure. I know it sounds crazy. I always talk about his knees. His knees touch too damn much. Okay? And the guy's got a fantastic offensive line, once again. So I've always been kind of skeptical of the guy, but a lot of Cowboy fans feel real strong about dude. They feel almost as strong about him as they do about Dez Bryant. And I just don't. I don't see a lot of wiggle with DeMarco Murray. I see a guy that makes one cut usually, doesn't have a lot of elusiveness, solid running back, real solid running back. Obviously, he's been in the NFL for many, many years. High, big-time, college athlete as well. But the injuries just bother me, and I don't trust him. So what are your thoughts on that? The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Yeah. When we get back from the break, I'm going to read a lot of your chat. And we got to talk about yesterday's press conference between Money Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. Yes, we got to do that. Something about that press conference really jumped out at me. And just like Empire and some of the things that I kind of saw, I'm going to talk about this press conference a little bit, man. Very interesting stuff yesterday in L.A. All right, once again, 404-382-0338. And the email is doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Don't go away. Keep it locked. Sports Talk with Hot Sauce. Texas Pete Hot Sauce. What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers and compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you, so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So, don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam.
The Doug Stewart Show.
The place where the real players play.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service.
The Doug Stewart Show.
That's a brand name. Like Pepsi, that's a brand name. I stand behind it. I guarantee it.
The Doug Stewart Show.
If you ain't stewing, what the hell are you doing? Yeah! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. If you're not stewing, what in the hell are you doing? This is the Doug Stewart Show. Throwback Thursday, Dougie Daily. What's a sports collectible you would love to have? The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Birthdays. We're going to try to do birthdays every day, man. Yeah, show some birthday love. If you got a birthday and you listen to the Doug Stewart Show, so say if today was your birthday, just hit me in the chat room and say, hey, man, today is my birthday. I'll give you a shout out. We had somebody in the chat room the other day said, man, today is my birthday. I gave him a shout out. He was like, man, why don't we do like all the other radio shows? It's kind of cool to acknowledge our listeners, man. We appreciate you. So on your born day, we'll give you a holler. You don't have to be a celebrity. Let's see. Andrew Young, former mayor of Atlanta, 83 years old. Very good friend to the Two Live Stews. Very good. And have I told that story here on this show? I think I have, but I'll tell it again. We have new listeners. So I can't remember what the story was. Something big had happened in Atlanta sports, and we get a call. You know, it's a caller on the regular line, and the caller says, starts talking. Or first he says his name is Andrew Young. So he says his name is Andrew Young, so we just keep listening, and he keeps talking, and we're like, wait a minute, it like clicks. That's the real Andrew Young. Yes. So Andrew Young didn't call the back line, the celebrity line or whatever, the call-in line. He called the regular show line where every listener to the station calls if they have something they want to get out or whatever, a sports take. And we figured it out, and at the end we were like, is this the Andrew Young, Ambassador Andrew Young, civil rights leader Andrew Young? Yeah, it's me, guys. And evidently in the conversation, he's like, man, I listen to you guys every day. I love you guys. You got the best radio on the show. We're like, what? It's like the biggest honor ever, man. You freaking Andrew Young. And then so after that, we gave him the station backline number. And so he didn't have to wait in line. You can only take so many calls or have so many calls on hold in doing this job. So whenever he wanted to call about anything, he'd call in. He probably called the show 4 or 5 times over the years, man. And he's an avid sports fan and an avid Two Live Stews fan. Yes. We need to get him on this show. Yeah, we need to get him on this show. Let's see. Darryl Strawberry is 53 years old today. Shouts out to Darryl Strawberry. Big thing about Darryl Strawberry. Like I remember Darryl Strawberry like being like the bee's knees. I mean, he was like hot cheese in New York City at his height. I mean, Darryl Strawberry was big time, and they loved Darryl Strawberry in New York City back in the day. Let's see, 8-time All-Star slugger. Marion Jackson, member of the Jackson family, who performed with the Jackson 5 as a child alongside Jermaine, Tito, Michael, and Jackie. Marlon is 58 years old. Happy birthday to Marlon. Singer Tony Terry. He lives in Atlanta, right? Tree, jump on the mic for a second. Doesn't he even live in Atlanta? I see him everywhere. Like, I always see him out. Are you with me on that?
I don't have that answer.
You don't? You don't? Okay. I see him out all the time. He's always performing around here. Maybe we can look that up and see if he lives in Atlanta. And also, singer Al Jarreau is 75 years old. So happy birthday to all of those guys if they listening. Happy birthday to all of those guys. All right, 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. Let me read some of this chat here. We're talking about the Philadelphia Eagles. We're talking about Empire. That's what we're doing. We're talking about all that stuff in a second. I'm going to get to this Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao press conference, but I got to read some of the chat from my Stewies. From John Fisher. Doug, the Ryan Matthews deal hasn't been signed yet. It has not been signed yet? I thought it was a done deal. No, they already have. I'm pretty sure that's a done deal. Let me check on that. And if I'm wrong, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure that's a done deal. From Matt, Cowboys offering Murray 5 is disrespect when Chiefs paying Macklin 11. Yeah. You're talking about a running back and a wide receiver. But do keep in mind, though, that the running back position has been greatly devalued once again, but not to the degree of $6 million when you're talking about a wide receiver and a running back. I just don't believe that. I don't think that's the case at all. From King Kane, the Cowboys ran DeMarco into the ground last year, and that's why they won't give him more than $5 million a year. If they go all in, it won't be to sign DeMarco. It'll be to get Adrian. And that is the rest of the story, like the great Paul Harvey used to say. That's the rest of the story. That is the rest of the story. And we talked about this when this all went down, that you remember Dallas and or Jerry Jones and Adrian Peterson had this little conversation where Adrian, expressed that he would love to be a Dallas Cowboy. And I could see that happening. And maybe the Dallas Cowboys are hedging their bet. Maybe they lowballed DeMarco Murray because they knew he wouldn't take that deal, and that they'd have, a chance to pull some type of deal or whatever and possibly get Adrian Peterson. Now, I like DeMarco Murray. I love Adrian Peterson. And, what's not to love? Yes, he takes it too far, whipping his kid's ass. But, what's not to love about the guy as far as a running back? There's not anything not to love about Adrian Peterson. And him with the Dallas Cowboys, and that's kind of what I was talking about before, the difference between the backs. I'm a back impresario, a running back aficionado as well. One of those two nados, okay? And Adrian Peterson's got the total package. He got speed, strength, power, and at the same time, man, he's got wiggle. He's got wiggle for days, okay? Not wiggle like Barry Sanders or wiggle like O.J. Simpson, but he's got very good wiggle, all right, in eluding tacklers. So I like him way more than I like DeMarco Murray. It's not even in the same conversation if you're talking about the running backs. If you stack both of these guys up, it's not even the same, planet. You're in two different worlds when you're talking about Adrian Peterson and DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray is solid, and he's no Adrian Peterson, not in my mind. From Empire, from That Ninja, Lucius is the daddy. Yeah, I saw that a lot last night on Twitter. John Fisher, Jamal said he only slept together once. That's another part of it. Yeah, so, I don't know. Tree didn't get it. She doesn't believe that Lucius was telling the truth. There was nothing that happened, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and this is how they dropped the ball. Maybe they did it on purpose. I don't know. But there was nothing after the whole scene where the bodyguard, the security guy, Malcolm, kills, Raven Simone's new boyfriend. There was nothing that happened after that to say that Lucius made it up or that Jamal was, in fact, Raven's baby daddy. What's her name on there? Olivia. Olivia's baby daddy. So they kind of left that out there like they left, some strings untied. And so I don't know if it has anything to do with this 2-hour season finale, but I thought that was real bootleg. I didn't like that at all, man. From Eugene Jackson, Jamal, you are not the daddy, but you are the brother. Your daddy got that dog in him. Yeah. And once again, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and I pick a lot of times, okay? And I think maybe that's just might be a problem with me. I got a problem because I go to movies, and if something stands out or it doesn't make sense or it doesn't flow or I think it's just bad script writing, I'll instantly point it out. And my wife will be like, man, how did you even pay attention to that? I was like, I don't know. I pay attention to small details in this stuff. Have you noticed how Lucius just banged Cookie and Honey Boo Boo, what's her name? Boo Boo Kitty, just like ignored it. And Lucius told Cookie, I'm gonna leave Boo Boo Kitty and I'm gonna marry you. And then he welched on his word, and then no more was said about it. And that happened a couple times last night. From Big Chief. Rewind back to when Raven was talking to Malik Yoba at the club. She asked him, have you seen the baby? It's Malik's baby. I think, oh, ooh, ooh, oh. Okay, so that kind of ties into what Tree is saying, that it's actually not Lucius's baby, and that it's Malik's baby, Malik Yoba's baby. Ooh, you might be on to something, Big Chief. I didn't even think of that. Not even I thought about that. No, I didn't. You might be right. And a lot of this stuff is going to come out in the rinse next week. You know, it's the wash right now, but next week it's going to be the rinse. 2-hour season finale. Polo Negro. Doug, you overthinking two things. It's a 2-hour finale next week. The half twist and surprises for next week. Okay? Bro McDowell, Big Chief, you have an interesting theory regarding Malik Yoba being the father. It may explain his erratic behavior, and that baby is a little chocolate drop. Because, you know, everybody else on that show is red. None of Lucius's sons have a chocolate baby with Raven. The twists and turns in the show plot are deliberate and intentional. Good theory, Big Chief. Yeah, I do like his theory right now. From Scotty. J. Hud. Made praying the ultimate foreplay. yeah, they got me on that. Yeah, I got to give them some kudos on that. But why wouldn't we think that she was going to give it up? I mean, that wasn't cool. You know, Andre going to get him some. His crazy ass. He going to get him some. But nah, she wanted to pray. That was crazy. Real People Music. I really thought I had a problem when she bent down and said she wanted to pray. I was like, am I a perv? Because I wanted her to get some boiled peanuts. Y'all stupid. Oh, y'all stupid. Ronald Cameron, Muhammad Ali signed boxing gloves that he wore when he knocked out George Foreman, and talking about collectibles in sports. Scotty, this may have been an episode they filmed early in the season to get actors like Raven Simone and Jay Hud when they were available. Stagger Lee, Jennifer Hudson helped Andre with his therapy, went to lock the door. She was thinking prayer, and Andre was thinking she won. The only hand he got was bow your damn head. That's funny. Y'all are stupid, man. Thank you so much for the chat on Spreaker.com. This is the Doug Stewart Show, man. When we get back from the break, more of your chat. I'll read more of your chat, and I promise when we get back, we're going to talk about Floyd, Money, Mayweather, and Manny Pacquiao, their press conference on yesterday. Some things I kind of noticed as well. Once again, I'm a picker. I pick stuff out, okay? And that's what I do. I don't know. It's an internal flaw of mine, I guess. Or maybe an internal positive that I critique these things so in depth. But we'll talk about the press conference when we get back from the break. Don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes!
The Doug Stewart Show.
The place where the real players play.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service.
The Doug Stewart Show.
That's a brand name. Like Pepsi, that's a brand name. I stand behind it. I guarantee it.
The Doug Stewart Show.
If you ain't stewing, what the hell are you doing? Yeah! This your boy Doug Stewart for my folks at System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners here in the metro Atlanta area all the way down to Macon, Georgia, the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for that busy lifestyle you lead for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's some of the reasons why you should choose System 5.
Hi, I'm Maceo Brown, President and CEO of System 5 Electronics. We take pride in making sure that security is the number one thing that we do. And thanks to you, the customer that has supported us, we have grown this company in Southwest Atlanta where we're creating jobs and opportunities.
Not only is their monitoring station here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this. You own the security alarm system once it's installed. And you get direct access to the owner if you ever got a problem, Mr. Maceo Brown. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736, or online at System5electronicsinc.com. That's System5electronicsinc.com. Doing the Ed Lover dance up in here. I feel good. This is the Doug Stewart Show. And it's a Throwback Thursday. Dougie Daily Sports Collectibles. What would you like to have? You can give me a call at 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Make sure you join the Doug Stewart Show Facebook group. Yes! It's the party after the party. The after party. It's the after party. So the Doug Stewart Show group on Facebook. Make sure you join that. So when we're done today at 1 p.m., you can continue with the conversation and being interactive with all of the Stewies in the chat room, all right? That's what's up. I'm going to read more of your chat here in a second because, I mean, y'all are the co-host. But yesterday in L.A., in downtown L.A., Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao had this press conference. And it wasn't the weigh-in. It was like a press conference where they do stare-downs, and they had their little stare-down yesterday. A couple of observations. That was probably the worst stare-down that I've ever seen in my life, and I'm a big-time boxing fan. Like, the stare-down didn't seem genuine. And you know what makes a good stare-down. A good stare-down is made by really having contempt for each other. There really being some animosity. You know, really, you know, a stare down, usually when you have a stare down, you got to have like your handlers and your trainers and everybody around to stop a fight. But there was no even thought that these guys were going to mix it up, that they hated each other and that they've been talking trash to each other and they've been dodging each other for all these years. It looked like, I don't know, a photo op. That's what it looked like to me. And so that was absolutely horrible. And then the other thing that's really struck me was how much bigger, and I'm saying that very loosely, and I'll talk more about that in a second, how much bigger Floyd Mayweather is to Manny Pacquiao. And I think they got Floyd listed at like, I don't know, 5'7" or whatever. So Manny's got to be like 5'3" or 5'4". But let me tell you more about that, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. We have interviewed both of these guys, the Stews, okay, in Vegas, prior to fights. And if you're an old school Two Live Stews listener, you've heard me say this many, many times. I am 5'10". I'm 195 pounds of lean meat, all beef byproducts. Yes. Okay. Floyd Mayweather is the same size that I was, I promise you, when I was in the 7th grade. I promise you, okay? These guys are so tiny. And wait a minute, I'm not exaggerating about that. That's not me embellishing or anything like that. What I'm telling you is I was the exact size as Floyd Mayweather is right now when I was in the 7th grade. And I'm not exaggerating. I promise you that's 100% real. These guys are so tiny, like Floyd's limbs. Like he got little 7th grade boy arms. He does. It's crazy. And he's bigger than Manny Pacquiao. Now, I think Manny is kind of thicker in the lower part of his body, talking about his legs. And so I guess, he has some strength, some power from his lower base. I get that. But if you saw the press conference and them standing toe-to-toe, like Floyd's much bigger, or much taller. Floyd has a 5 or 6 inch reach on Manny Pacquiao. So, there's no way Manny can win this fight. And Eugene Jackson, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, Eugene Jackson, the ultimate Floyd Mayweather hater. Are you a Floyd hater or are you a Hawks hater? You're one of the two. You might even be both. But Eugene Jackson, you saw this weigh-in yesterday, or this stare down yesterday. There's no way Floyd's going to lose this fight. As a matter of fact, he's probably going to dominate, I'm going to say, 5th round on. And that's usually what Floyd does. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. What he does, he usually just is very cautious very early, very defensive, which he's one of the greatest defensive fighters ever. And then he figures you out. And then round 7 through 10 or 12 or how many ever rounds it is, he usually just picks his opponent apart. That's what usually happens. I don't see anything different from that whole strategy and that whole plan from Floyd Mayweather Jr. in this fight with Manny Pacquiao. If you disagree, tell me. Why am I wrong? This thing is and Floyd said it yesterday in the little interview that he did on the Puppet Factory, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Floyd has pretty much his entire career taking great fighters, fantastic fighters, Hall of Fame fighters, and made them look average. And I mean, there's no other way to say it, and that's true. And whether you like him or not, or whether you're not a fan or not, or whatever, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is one of the greatest fighters to ever step in the ring. And whether you like it or not, it don't even matter. That's a fact. That's a fact. Manny Pacquiao, was he 5-1? Whatever amount of his record in wins, and then he's got 5 losses and one tie or something to that degree. Manny struggled. He's been beaten, by Timothy Bradley over the last couple of years. So, 5 or 6 years ago when people were talking about this fight happening, he's not even that guy anymore. And even then, he still wouldn't have beaten Floyd. Now, bookmark today's show. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Bookmark today's show. And if somehow Manny Pacquiao wins this fight, then I got so much crow to eat that it'll be unbelievable. But I don't think I will. It's as simple as that. I don't think I will. This thing is going to be a mismatch after about round 5, and it's going to be a wrap. If you got a wager you'd like to offer me, hit me in my inbox, Doug@thedougstewartshow.com, man. I mean, I'm taking all wagers. I am. I'm taking all wagers on this thing, man. I mean, y'all know I need the money. I hadn't had gainful employment for over 2 years, so I'm taking all wagers. I'm putting everything out in the line. Emptying my bank account, 401k, all of that stuff, and I'm putting it on the line. I'm taking all bets, even money now. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I'm not giving you, nothing. I'm not giving you nothing. Even money. I'm not giving you any odds or anything like that. Even money. You want to bet me $100? You give me $100 if Floyd wins. I'll give you $100 if Floyd loses. Simple as that. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. From Ronald Cameron, Muhammad Ali's signed boxing gloves that he wore when he knocked out George Foreman. I read that earlier. What else we got here? William Mack. William Mack says, I for real thought Jay Hud was about to offer some slow-mo to Andre. Then she hit him up with the let's pray. She faked out Andre and the whole audience. I know one thing. I pray for a lot of people, but never that far into their personal space. Yeah, the scene from Empire last night with Jennifer Hudson, kneels down in between Andre's legs and says, "Let's pray," really faked me out. It did. It got me slipping as well. That whole scene last night in Empire. What are your thoughts on Empire from last night? What are your thoughts on DeMarco Murray? Chip Kelly still doing crazy-ass things in Philadelphia. And this fight, man, Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather Jr., what are your thoughts? I mean, do you feel me about that stare down yesterday? That was horrible. I mean, that didn't seem believable. Manny Pacquiao's always got like a little smile on his face. So Manny had that same little silly little smirk on his face, and Floyd's just looking down at him. And how many times does Floyd Mayweather Jr. get to look down on anybody? I mean, it doesn't happen. So Floyd probably was in hog heaven. He thought that was cool that he could actually look down on another dude. And I just thought the thing was just very, very fake looking. It didn't do anything at all. Now, the hype surrounding this fight is just going up every single day. Right now, tickets to go see Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao in Las Vegas, Nevada are selling between $1,500 and $7,500. They're not giving away any freebies. You got to pay. You're not going to get up in this fight if you don't pay, just like everybody else. I don't care who you are, superstar, entertainer, actor, rapper, athlete, or whatever, you're going to have to pay. They're trying to get all their money at the MGM Grand this year for this fight, and I think they're going to get it. I think that's an understatement. They are going to get that money, and I can't wait. May 2nd is going to be phenomenal. NFL Draft, Kentucky Derby, and the biggest money fight in the history of boxing. That's what they're saying this thing's going to be. So it's going to be phenomenal. I cannot wait until that weekend. I had a conversation with a dude. He was saying one of his friends is getting married on that weekend. And I was like, what? No, nah. And as dudes, you've been in those situations before, and I've been in it before. Both my daughters cheer. And I remember one year during football season, they had their banquet on a Sunday, like during the playoffs or something like that. Me and my wife got in a big-ass blow-up fight about this. I'm like, why would they, like, who scheduled the banquet on a Sunday in fall? Like, why would they do that? And I was so pissed off, and I went, and I was just mad, man. I was just mad. This was before DVRs and all of that stuff was prevalent, man. And I went, but I wasn't happy. And really, probably if my wife had to do it all over again, she probably would have told me just to stay home. And I wanted to support my daughter. I did, but it's just a banquet, man. I mean, I know it's a big thing. And I'm a bad dad because I didn't want to. But you had to be there. And it was just bad. Who did that? Like, why would they? I'm still mad about that. That was about 10 years ago, and I'm still mad about that. You got to get married on May 2nd. You are what they call ass out. You are. I mean, seriously. We got to change the date.
What do you mean, dear? We have to change the date. It's just a boxing match. It's just a Kentucky Derby. It's just the NFL Draft. No big deal.
No. We got to change the damn weekend. And that's real. All right, when we get back from the break, man, hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away. Keep it locked. This your boy, Doug Stewart, for my folks at System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners here in the metro Atlanta area, all the way down to Macon, Georgia, the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for that busy lifestyle you lead for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's some of the reasons why you should choose System 5.
Hi, I'm Maceo Brown, President and CEO of System 5 Electronics. We take pride in making sure that security is the number one thing that we do. And thanks to you, the customer that has supported us, we have grown this company in Southwest Atlanta, where we're creating jobs and opportunities.
Not only is their monitoring station here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this. You own the security alarm system once it's installed. And you get direct access to the owner if you ever got a problem, Mr. Maceo Brown. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736, or online at System5electronicsinc.com. That's System5electronicsinc.com.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
I'd been talking about red rice and frogmore stew. Another one on the list, on number 13 on this list, is peanuts taste better boiled. Yes. And as God is my witness, my wife did not know people boiled peanuts and ate them. She did not. My wife's from Ohio. And yes, boiled peanuts, if cooked right, are the bomb.
Sports talk. Straight, no chaser.
All right, so I got to clear something up. and I don't even know why anybody's mind would even work like this, but evidently it's becoming a topic of conversation. In the last segment, I was talking about boiled peanuts, okay, that come from out of the ground, not boiled peanuts. And so, evidently there's some talk in the chat room about Doug talking about boiled man parts. No, peanuts. I'm trying to say it as slow as I can. Peanuts, okay? What is it, P-E-A-N-U-T-S? Peanuts. No, man, not boiled peanuts. Come on, man. And I see Vern in here. Damn you, Vern. Ugh. Y'all know what the hell I was saying. This is the Doug Stewart Show. This is your folk, Doug Stewart. Want to protect you and your family from life's unexpected mishaps? Then join 7. Join 7 is a prepaid legal company under the umbrella of the Protection Group. Join 7 is the only group benefit or motor club in the U.S. that offers auto reimbursement coverage, key replacement coverage, roadside assistance, gives you a current Medifile, prescription savings, and fully encompassed prepaid legal benefits that include identity theft. They got your back. The average combined cost to purchase these benefits individually is over $850 a year. Join today and take advantage of all 7 for $17 a month. They've been around for over 20 years, so check them out by clicking on the banner link on my page, thedugstewartshow.com, or the app. Just go ahead and join 7. Hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show. And thank you so much for joining your boy once again. This is a Throwback Thursday. All right, now tomorrow I'm not going to be here. It's not going to be live, but we're going to have the best of the Doug Stewart Show, which is just as good or better than any live show. So still tune in tomorrow to the Doug Stewart Show, all right? And tell people about the show. Pass the word. It's very, very important. I got to go see a man about a horse. I'll tell you about it next week when I get back. Also, make sure you go to iTunes and give your boy a 5-star rating. I really would appreciate it, as well as a nice little review. That will go a long way. That would go a long way. On iTunes, that's real, real big, so make sure you do that. Got to make a correction. And it's almost like a little stat boy thing they do on PTI. Got to make a correction. Somebody hit me in the chat and said that the Eagles haven't officially signed Ryan Matthews. And from everything I'm reading now, I think you're right, sir. I think you're right. So And I'm sorry I didn't write down your name. I guess I can go back and look at it. But here's the deal. For the last, 2 days, the stories have read kind of like, and if you didn't pay attention, they kind of read like the deal for Ryan Matthews has already been done. And so I'm looking right now at a couple of different headlines from ESPN, your boy Adam Schefter, the guy they're trying to get to take people's jobs around there. Adam Schefter, Eagles and Matthews agreed to a deal. That was 20 hours ago. From NFL.com, 22 hours ago, Ryan Matthews, Eagles agreed to 3-year deal. And then you got the CBSSports.com report. Ryan Matthews still hasn't signed his deal with the Eagles. And throwing in that word still, and that's by Igor Mello on CBSSports.com, throwing in that word still kind of implying that we thought this deal was done. What's the holdup? And so now that kind of changes things a little bit. Yeah, and talking about DeMarco Murray and going to Philadelphia today and possibly signing a deal. In effect, Sam Bradford has been campaigning for the organization that he just got traded to sign DeMarco Murray. They were teammates in college at Oklahoma, which is ironic because both of them always stay banged up. What did Bradford? Didn't he get hurt in the national championship game? I believe he did. But, yeah, both of these guys have been banged up, and now he's pining for the team to sign DeMarco Murray. We'll see. I think both of those moves are bad. And I say both of them bad in the respect of you already had LaShawn McCoy. You let him go, and you're bringing in DeMarco Murray. I don't think DeMarco Murray is a better suited back for that system that Chip Kelly runs than LaShawn McCoy. I just don't. And he's going to tell you he is. Obviously, he's going to support everything that he said or done for that organization, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I just don't believe it. I just don't believe it. And, I mean, hell, we'll see. We're going to see. And like I said yesterday, I really respect Chip Kelly saying, I'm going to do this my way. And when we have the success, I'm going to get all the credit. And if we fail, I'm probably going to take all of the flack as well. So I respect that. I just don't agree with it. I just do not agree with getting rid of your best football players for unprovens and guys that have had a history of injury. I don't agree with that at all. From Ronald Cameron, agreed, Vince. He just had to be careful when he attacks because Floyd is a great counterpuncher. Scotty, Manny is thanking God in this press conference, which is cool, but he needed to show he wasn't scared and overwhelmed in the moment. He looked like a deer in headlights. Bob Arum was more intimidating. Yeah, man, Manny's getting the biggest payday of his life. And I got to believe in the back of Manny's mind, he probably thought that this payday would never come. So he's happy. He agreed to everything that Floyd asked. He agreed upon the weight, the weight of the gloves. I mean, everything. I mean, a couple years ago, he talked about 50-50, and Floyd was like, F you. And now he's come around because he's lost a couple of times. He's a little bit older. Supposedly he got some debt. And so, in effect, whatever Floyd told him, if Floyd told that man to jump through a hoop, like Akeem's Eddie Murphy's character, his fiance, and Coming to America, he would have done it over and over and over. Hey, Manny, I need you to jump through that hoop 5 times, and I need you to bark. Arr, 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 arr. He would have done it, okay? And so it's different now, man. Eagles, Niners for life. Eagles waiting to see if Murray will come before Matthews sign. If I'm Ryan Matthews now, and now that we found out that he actually hadn't signed the deal yet, and it kind of takes me back to what I was talking about in the first segment. It doesn't make sense. Okay, this clears things up a little bit now. So, yeah, it doesn't make sense to have both of those guys on one team. Both of those guys, not that they're world beaters or anything, but both of those guys can start in the NFL. If you're Ryan Matthews, why would you be eager to sign any contract from the Eagles right now when clearly the quarterback has been campaigning for his buddy? So that's a tough relationship already. That's not getting a relationship off to a good start anyway. If you really didn't want me, you wanted your boy from college. And I could go and start somewhere else. Now, I don't know if there's offers out there for Ryan Matthews or not. I would think they were, because I do believe both of these guys are starting NFL running backs. I agree with that. Are they fantastic once again? I do not think so. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. from Vince Wright. Manny has to set the pace from round one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I believe Manny's going to be the aggressor, but he's always the aggressor. Manny Pacquiao is always the aggressor in his fights. And Floyd always, in every fight that he's had, Floyd has always just sat back and waited and figured you out, you know. And that's all he's done. Both fighters are going to hold true to form. Manny's going to come out like the freaking Tasmanian devil, throwing a million punches from all different angles. And Floyd's just going to sit back. He's going to duck. He's going to counter a little bit. He's going to do the little Mayweather jinx thing or whatever they call it. And by round 5, 6, or 7, he'll start putting it all together. That's what happens. I mean, that's what's happened. We've got a great body of work to know what these guys are going to do. We do. From Jarvis J., I mean, damn, the fight should have happened 5 years ago. And see, here we go. Here we go with that already. Which is why Floyd's really in a no-win situation, because everybody pretty much that Floyd's beat, they said that they were past their prime, which is ridiculous if you go back and look at the fights. Then after the fact, they all said, well, he wasn't that good anyway. You weren't saying that before the damn fight. Before Floyd made a great fighter, once again, look average. You weren't saying that. And so now this is what we got. Already, what are we, 2 months away from the damn fight? And already people are saying it should have happened 5 years ago. And you know that's what's going to happen. When the fight is done and Floyd wins, then the Floyd haters are going to say, well, he didn't fight Manny in his prime. Then the excuse would be he didn't fight him in his prime. Watch. Just watch. You just watch. From OG Dion, get off Floyd nuts. Oh, come on, man. Don't talk to me like that. I'm a grown-ass man. From Grant Carter, Floyd is about to get that work. Manny is going to leave him bloodied and bruised. Okay. Inbox me at Doug at thedougstewartshow.com. I'm going to take as many bets as I can. I can't take everybody's. I'm just going to be honest with you. Yeah, I know. I said I'll take all the bets, but I mean, my wife just called me during the break. My wife called me during the break like, man, you can't take everybody bet. Well, I'm going to take a lot of them. Put it like that. From Harvey Scott, 8-9 round TKO. Floyd going to take him deep waters and drown his ass late. I don't know about a knockout because Floyd hadn't been knocking a lot of guys out lately. So I'm not going to predict a knockout. I'm going to say, by decision. Clear decision. Eugene Jackson, Pacquiao will win this fight by knockout in the 5th round. What? Wait a minute. Okay, stop. See, and this is how come I laugh at people talking about this fight and what's going to happen, and where their disdain for Floyd Mayweather really comes to light. Why would you think Manny Pacquiao is going to knock out Floyd Mayweather? Floyd Mayweather has never even been close to being knocked out. Matter of fact, Floyd Mayweather has never even been knocked down. He has the best defense that we've probably ever seen in the sport of boxing. You can't even hit the guy. How can you knock him out? How can he be knocked out if you can't hit him? I mean, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. It doesn't equal. Now, does everybody in boxing have a chance to get knocked out, get caught by a punch? Yeah, but based on history, based on the fighting styles, based on some of the facts that I just talked about and Floyd never being knocked down before, never touching the canvas before, based on the fact that he has some of the best defensive skills we've ever seen in the sport of boxing, why would you come to the conclusion he's going to get knocked out? I mean, just think, guys. Like my old man say, that was one of my old man's favorite sayings. Just think. Just stop for a second and just think. It may happen, but you shouldn't say that. You shouldn't expect that. There's nothing that's happened in these guys' past that makes you think, or should make you think, that Pacquiao's going to knock out Floyd Mayweather Jr. That's just ridiculous. When we get back, we're going to talk about Ronda Rousey. More boxing talk. Don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show. System 5 Electronics is proud to offer my listeners in the Atlanta area the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for your busy lifestyle for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's just a few reasons to choose System 5. Not only is their monitoring station located here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this, you own your security alarm system once it's installed. Not only have they been around for almost 25 years, but their customer service is excellent, and you get direct access to the owner, Mr. Maceo Brown, to resolve any issues with your alarm system. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736. And make sure and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Yes! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com, America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. This is your folk, Doug Stewart. Want to protect you and your family from life's unexpected mishaps? Then join 7. Join 7 is a prepaid legal company under the umbrella of the Protection Group. Join 7 is the only group benefit or motor club in the U.S. that offers auto reimbursement coverage, key replacement coverage, roadside assistance, gives you a current Medifile, prescription savings, and fully encompassed prepaid legal benefits that include identity theft. They got your back. The average combined cost to purchase these benefits individually is over $850 a year. Join today and take advantage of all 7 for $17 a month. They've been around for over 20 years, so check them out by clicking on the banner link on my page, thedugstewartshow.com, or the app. Just go ahead and join 7. Yay, yay! This is the Throwback Thursday. The Doug Stewart Show, man. Appreciate y'all being totally interactive in the chat room and giving me all this good conversation starters. Talking about Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather Jr. You think Manny's going to win this fight? I'll bet you he don't. DeMarco Murray going to Philly. NFL talk in general. A lot of little things out there, man, on the Doug Stewart Show. Thanks so much for joining your boy. Have you joined DraftKings yet? If you haven't, make sure you go to DraftKings.com, create you an account, and where you put in the promotional code STEW. That's STEW. And anything you deposit up to $600, me, okay, Doug Stewart, and DraftKings are going to match it. So you put in $600, you wager with $1,200. You're welcome. Yes, sir. Yeah, so that's on DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com. I'm going to read more of your chat here in a second. But I didn't even talk about this chick, man, Ronda Rousey, in her incredible victory a couple of weeks ago. It's been a couple of weeks now where she put this chick, Zingano, I think her name is, in an incredible armbar so quick that it was funny. And, I mean, she could have easily broke this chick's arm. So the latest news on Ronda Rousey is, obviously, she's just dominating everybody. I think she's had like 25 fights and have won all of them except for like one of them by them bowing out or tapping out or whatever, or knockout or whatever. So she's just fantastic. Okay, guess who's called her out though? And she's 11-0 with 10 knockouts or quits. Layla Ali. Yeah, Layla Ali, who was a fantastic boxer in her own mind, in her own right, a couple of years ago. She hadn't boxed in a couple of years, and I'm not really a big fan of the women boxing. I just don't. I mean, I'm old school. I'm kind of like Muhammad Ali. I'm like Layla's daddy. I'm really not a fan of it or anything. But Muhammad Ali's daughter, Layla Ali, had 24 professional fights. She won them all, and she won 21 of them by knockout. Here's the thing, and I got a little story about Layla Ali too. Here's the thing about this. unless Layla Ali knows how to combat leg kicks and getting kicked in the shins and behind the knees and on her thighs, I don't think she can win this fight. Now, I mean, obviously the only strategy, if they were to be a fight, the only strategy she would have, now Layla Ali got some nice hands, and it's really remarkable how good her hands are being the son of Muhammad Ali. It's like that thing really did, was passed down. She's got some nice hands. She's fine as all get up, and she got some nice hands, okay? So is the strategy, or would the strategy be? Because let me tell you this. I do believe that this thing might happen because there's a lot of money to be made out of it. Ronda Rousey's dominating her competition. People love the UFC. Her brand is really big right now. So you pair her up. There's nobody that's in the sport that can beat her, clearly. She's killing everybody. So you pair her up with the name Layla Ali, the Ali name. There's a lot of money to be made from this, okay? There is. And Layla Ali hadn't fought in a couple of years. She's had a couple of kids. She's been remarried. She's married now again. She's a family wife. She's a wife. But I promise you, there's a lot of money to be made from this thing. So I'm thinking that it could possibly happen. And it would be a lot that had to happen before that did. But I think because of the money that we'd be talking about in this promotion, I think that it would happen. So, what would be Layla Ali's tactics? Her strategy? Her strategy would be to stay away from her. And now Layla Ali is also, keep in mind, she's much bigger than Ronda Rousey. I think Ronda Rousey weighs in at like 135 pounds. Layla Ali, when she fought, was listed at 160. And she even made mention of that in the comments about, would you fight Ronda Rousey? What would happen? And she basically remarked something to the effect of, she's the size of my daughter. Of course I'd beat her. Okay, so Layla Ali has a size advantage. She has tremendous skills with her hand. The strategy would be just to stay away from her. Don't let her get around her legs, around her body. Don't let this Ronda Rousey chick grab her. Because if she grabs her, chances are her skills in MMA fighting are going to take over, and she's going to make her tap out. She's going to put her in some kind of arm bar. She's going to put her in some kind of arm bar, some kind of leg bar or whatever, some type of Boston crab, and it's a wrap. You're going to have to tap out. And you may look at it and say, well, those little things, those little holes that they put on, those things aren't real. No, they are. And if you saw this last fight against this chick Zingano, she got put in a chicken wing so fast. Like, at one point, she came out with a little flying kick, and I'm sorry we didn't talk about this right after the fight. She came out with this little flying kick and missed, and then they went down to the ground, and they just did a little scramble on the ground, and before you knew it, had her in the chicken wing. And it was a wrap. And as soon as she put it in the chicken wing, I looked over my wife, like, oh, she got her. That's it. And that's exactly what happens. So, I think if Layla Ali can keep her off of her body and not go to the mat, I think that she could, if she just jabs her. If she just jabs her and every time she comes to get in close, she throws a couple of hooks, maybe an uppercut or whatever, I think it's closer than a lot of people that are loyal to the to the UFC and MMA fighting give it credit for. I think it'll be a lot closer, and I think it's going to make a lot of money. Thus, I think it might even happen. As crazy as it sounds, just, trash talking, and you got two different fighters from two different sports talking trash. Because of the money, I think that it might happen. So what are your thoughts on that, man? And she just got a jab. She just got to keep her jab in front of her, talking about Layla Ali, and don't let that chick get to her legs. Because if that chick gets to her legs, it's over. And I don't know if there's enough distance between Layla Ali's reach and this chick is smaller now. She's shorter. She weighs less. I don't know if she can still get off those leg kicks in an effective manner based on the distance that Layla Ali would try to keep her at the end of her jab. I don't know if she can still connect with her leg kicks or what. If she can, it's still a wrap. Because somebody that's not used to that, that's not going to be fun at all. When you get kicked in the back of your shins or in the back of your thigh 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20 times, that's going to take effect, man. That's going to kind of wear on you. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that, man? 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug@thedugstewartshow.com. That's the most I've ever talked about women boxing in my life. And quick story about Layla Ali. Once again, this is somebody else we had in studio. And if you listen to the Stews back in the day, and this is the Doug Stewart Show, if you listen to our show back in the day, something was going on. She was promoting something. I think she was still fighting. And this was when she was married to her trainer. And the dude's name was Yaya. And then she got rid of this dude, Yaya. And then she married Curtis Conway. But she came in studio, and she got real attitude. Like, she talked to me and said some things to me, and it might even have come across on air. I know we had, like, some words between the breaks. Ooh, she was talking to me like she could kick my ass. And I'm like, wait a minute. I mean, you a big girl and everything. Your daddy Ali. You do have some skills. But a punch from a woman is much different than a punch from a dude. Especially a dude that's in shape. And that ain't no punk himself. And so I kept saying to myself, like, this chick is really talking to me like, you know, like she want to fight me. I mean, she was just, like, very condescending. And she got real swag. And I guess she gets that whole trash talking thing, honestly, from a pappy. But no, if I punch Layla Ali in her stomach, she gonna go down. That's all I kept thinking to myself. Like, if I punch this chick in her stomach, I'll kill her. Okay, there's a lot of tough women out there. They are. But there's a woman and there's a man. It's totally different. Now, I would take me in a fight against Layla Ali. And some of y'all out there are like, no, you crazy. This chick would beat you. No. Their bodies are made different. And I can imagine my fist going in her side and like some Play-Doh. But yeah, she talked cash-ish on the Two Live Stews, man, many years ago. So she's got a real nasty disposition. She thinks she's real tough. And she talked to dudes. She talked to me like I was another chick. I didn't think that was cool. So I hadn't really been a fan ever since then. I haven't really been a fan since then. If she were to fight Ronda Rousey, I don't know how she could win. I mean, the only possible way, once again, is to keep her at the end of her jab and just, wear her down. But I think that chick Ronda Rousey would probably do what she had to do to get inside and get her to the mat and put her in one of them chicken wings. Yeah, I think that's what would happen. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. Let me grab a caller. Caller, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you want to talk about?
What's up, D. Stu?
What's up?
Vern from Jersey.
Vern from Jersey. What up, baby?
Hey, me and you usually don't be on the same page, but, man, I got your back on this one, man. But if you can't handle them bits, I got a little crew, man. We got about at least 5 G's on all them jokers in the chat room that's talking about Pacquiao. Most of them are haters, man. They hate Mayweather because of the type of person he is, because they don't know Manny like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They talking about Manny like they've been on Manny Jock all these years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get off the man Jock. Manny going down. He's going back over there to eat a lot of race to build back up from the beating that Floyd going to put on him.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Just talk about it. See, no dollars put up there. You know what I'm saying? So, like Doug said, put the dollars up, then we can talk.
Put your money where your mouth is. Simple as that.
That's right. And Doug.
Yes, sir.
I'm having a fight party, baby. I got VIP in my house. I'm going to put a pole in the back room. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't doing nothing, come on by. Hey, by the way, Doug, Gary from Griffin getting married on that day. I'm going to his wedding, but I ain't going to do no drinking now. I'm saving it for the house.
Wait, Gary that's in the chat room?
No, Gary, not that Gary. Gary from Griffin.
Oh, okay, Gary from Griffin.
Gary. Yeah, back in the day, Gary. Yeah, he's getting married that day, man.
He got to change the date, bruh. I mean, it's as simple as that. He got to change the date. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too late. But you know what? My wedding be that morning. You know what I'm saying? Because that night on the honeymoon, we'd be watching Floyd.
Yeah.
And with that, I'm gone.
Appreciate the call, Vern. 404-382-0338. This is the number he called. You can also email me at Doug@thedugstewartshow.com. When we get back from the break, I'm going to read chat the whole segment long. A lot of things out there to talk about. Sports collectibles. Which would you like to have? DeMarco Murray, Floyd Mayweather, Ronda Rousey, Layla Ali. What are your thoughts? Yes! Empire, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, the Doug Stewart Show. Do not go away. Yes! First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers in compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you, so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So, don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
So, I'm probably 6. So, Jesse Bryant rolls by, and I remember it like it was yesterday. He rolls by in his truck, and for some reason, something in my mind says, pick up a rock and throw it at Jesse. And I hit his truck. And not only did I hit his truck, it was a damn good throw and aim because it hit his windshield. And it cracked his windshield. So he stops and jumps out of the truck. I don't think anybody saw me, but he jumps out and, Isaac, so your grandson hit my truck with a rock. They had a little conversation. I'm like, oh man, this is bad. And sure enough, my grandfather walks up and sees this nick on the windshield. And Jesse rolls away, and I know I'm in trouble. My daddy not around, my mother not around, and my grandfather reaches down, and this is God is my witness. Strike me down right here. My grandfather reaches down and pulls off a branch from a rose bush. Yes, just drags his arm and pulls off the leaves. Thorns are still applied to said switch. You get your ass whooped with a switch is bad enough, but a thorny switch? Oh my gosh. So he commences to busting my ass with a thorny switch. Yes. And you know I was marked up from head to toe. Now, that's probably child abuse. Not saying that what Adrian Peterson didn't do was child abuse either, but that was child abuse. That's a deadly weapon. And this is no lie. You're listening to The Doug Stewart Show. Millionaires are being made all season long at DraftKings.com. America's favorite one-week fantasy football site. One-week fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Got a player who's hurt? No problem. Injuries won't derail your shot at victory because it's like a new season every week, so you're never stuck with the same players. Pick your team in minutes, and you could be on the way to winning huge cash. This season, one listener turned $10 into $5,000. Another turned $2 into $10,000. And a new millionaire has been crowned nearly every week this season at DraftKings.com. You could be next. Imagine winning $1 million in one day just playing fantasy football at DraftKings. Head to DraftKings.com now and use promo code SPREAKER to play free in the $10 million Fantasy Football World Championships. DraftKings.com. Bigger events, bigger winnings, bigger millionaires. Enter Spreaker now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com. sound like something you would hear in Miami. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Throwback Thursday. The realest, trillest sports talk show in America. Yes. Yes. I'm just going to jump into a lot of this chat here. I see all of y'all comments about Layla Ali. I'll try to read some of those as well. The whole time, and if you're just joining me, this is the Doug Stewart Show, and I talked about in the last segment, we interviewed Layla Ali in studio many, many years ago. I'm going to guess that's probably 10 years ago, man. This is 2015, so I'm going to guess 2005, 2006. And I told a little story how she was really mouthing off. And, you know, I'm from the country, man. I'm not used to women just talking out like that against men. And the whole time she was talking trash, I remember looking over at her husband, and the dude's name was Yaya. And he was her trainer as well. That was a strange relationship. It didn't last long. I'm sure you can Google the story. It was a real messy divorce or whatever. So I just kept, every time she'd say something smart, I kept looking at Yaya like, man, you need to check your woman, man. Like, really? Like, dude, you just gonna, Like, it was almost like he thought it was funny, like they were out there promoting a fight or something. You know, like she was about to do a stare down with me. And, you know, it was cute at first, and then she just kept going on. And I kept looking at Yaya like, dude, you need to check your wife. Because if I punch her in her side, she gonna lose a kidney. That's all I kept thinking to myself, like, dude, your wife is out of pocket. Your wife is out of pocket, bruh. You breaking some type of man law here by not checking your wife. And I see a lot of comments over here. People remember the interview that day that it happened. I'm going to read some of those in a second. But that was a very strange episode in my radio career. There's a lot of little things like that have happened over the years that I really could just, you know, tell you a story about the behind the scenes of what happened about it. And I do that, obviously, a lot periodically on this show. But that was one of the strangest things. Like, if you see Ryan on the street and ask him about that, because we talked about it after the fact. Like, is that chick serious? Or was she playing, or was she just playing to the microphone, to the cameras or whatever, because they were videoing it? As a matter of fact, that's another thing. I think that they were doing like a documentary, you know, where somebody was following them around with a camera, and they were putting together like a documentary or a reality show or something like that. So a guy was in there the whole time filming. So, in effect, she was showing off for the cameras, I think. But it wasn't cool. It wasn't cool because she went just too far. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. For Ronald Cameron, I think it will be close after 9, but Floyd will dominate in the championship rounds, and he'll win a close decision. That's a problem, though. I'm talking about Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. Floyd would need not to have this thing be close. Because if it's close, he could lose. So I think Floyd has to really be definitive and a good win. Yeah, he can't let this thing be close because inherent biases will come into effect with the judges. So, and I think Floyd knows that, and I'm sure they're going to tell him that in his camp. Now, listen, bro, you want to be safe, and you don't want to mix it up too much with this guy because this guy's a brawler. You don't want to do that, but you really kind of need to fight. You really kind of need to let your hands fly, because if it's close, they're going to steal it from you. It's as simple as that. From Jarvis J., if Floyd can't hurt Manny, it's going to be closer than what people think. From Gary Joyner, I just don't like Floyd. I respect him, but he's a douchebag ass a-hole. I hope Manny knocks him into another world and he licks the canvas, but probably won't happen. And you know what? I almost respect that take more than I do all this other stuff. Just come out and say you don't like Floyd because of his personality. Yeah. I mean, I almost kind of like that. That's kind of refreshing to hear that take from my man Gary Joyner. I do. I really respect that. I disagree, and I think that a lot of Floyd's shenanigans and him being an a-hole has to do with, you know, that's basically his brand. That's how he promotes fights. You know, either you're going to love him or you're going to hate him. There's no in between. Floyd Mayweather has been promoting fights and been around the boxing industry and around the promotion of fights ever since he was a baby. Okay? So he's grown up in that world. He knows what he's doing. It's all a show. A lot of it's a show, I believe. from Floyd Mayweather. From Bro McDowell, I will wager 1 million apples on Floyd. Yes, apples. That's funny. You took us back with that just now. Yeah, at one point, our program director said that we couldn't actually say that we were wagering on anything on live radio, some type of FCC type thing or whatever. So we just changed, money. And talking about money, we changed it to apples. Like, I'll bet you 50 apples or I'll bet you 500 apples. Stu listeners will remember that. From Scotty, I thought Teddy Atlas was going to try and make out with Floyd, and the way he kept yes! That's something else that I took from it. And actually, yeah, that's something else I took from the little press conference yesterday. Like, why was Teddy Atlas touching Floyd? Like, he kept touching him and putting his hand on the shoulder. And I think one time he even touched him on his knee. Hey, that was very uncomfortable. Did y'all catch that? I caught that too. Like, dude. And I know Floyd probably felt uncomfortable as well. Like, dude, why do you keep putting your hands on me? Like, you are clearly breaking a man law. Did y'all catch that? And I didn't like that. I felt uncomfortable watching it from my TV. From Scotty. Oh, yeah, Doug. What was up with the dude with the gray curly hair? That had to be a big wig. Nobody that damn old has the hair that perfect. Of course that was a wig. I know what you're talking about. From Stagger Lee. The stare down yesterday was like the Empire scene from last night. Unbelievable. What dude you know, once a chick gets on her knees, he don't grab the back of her head and push down. Yeah, the scene with Jennifer Hudson and Andre, that was kind of weird. Like, they really had us going as fans of the show. Yeah, you thought some on-camera fellatio in TV history was going to happen. But they faked us out. Bro McDowell, this fight ain't 5 years too late. It's right on time. Both fighters are at their peak in terms of knowledge and skill. The winner of the fight is the one who will have the greatest will to win. Muhammad Ali had some of the greatest fights after his 4-year ban. Ali's ban was during his prime physical years. These cats of professional fighters are still in peak condition to give the world a fight of historic proportions. I hope so. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. John the Company Man. Mayweather has been knocked down just once in his career. That was when, because of his injured hands, he hit Carlos Hernandez with the left hook in their May 26, 2001 bout. The pain caused him to drop his left hand to the canvas. His back has never touched the damn canvas. You know what I meant. Yes, Mayweather did go down to a knee and put his hand on the canvas. You know what we meant, John the Company Man. Stop being a company man. You know what we meant. The man has never been on his back. Not one time. Not even close. Mr. GQ. My anniversary is May 4th, Monday. The wife wants to celebrate it that Saturday, May 2nd. So I told her we could celebrate it at a fight party. I waited too long for this. Yeah, good for you. Good for you. Speaking of Monday, while I'm thinking about it right now, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, once again, I'm not going to do the show live tomorrow. Like I said earlier, I got to go see a man about a horse. I'll tell you about it Monday. So I'm not doing the show live tomorrow. So tomorrow we can't do the BPA. So we'll do the BP Awards on Monday. I know. Shut up. Got to go see a man about a horse. Shut up. And so we'll do the BP Awards on Monday, all right? But make sure, still tune in tomorrow. We'll play some classic The Doug Stewart Show tomorrow, and you'll have fun, and you can still jump in the chat room like it's a live show. And, y'all can have a chat show tomorrow. Listen to the show as well. Well, it's a tape show. And then you can still, get it in with all of the Stewies in the chat room. This is The Doug Stewart Show. Yeah. KC, Doug just went AI. I know I'm supposed to go. I know I'm supposed to be there. But what are we talking about, a banquet? What are we talking about, a banquet? My wife wanted me to go to my daughter's cheerleading banquet. And it's not even a sport. It's not even a sport. And they planned this cheerleading banquet on a playoff Sunday in the NFL. I was so pissed off. That Ninja Doug, you're 100% right. There are women and moist-ass dudes that schedule events during football season. Yeah, that's a bad look. Yeah. As a matter of fact, if your fiance if they insist that we have a wedding on a football Sunday or doing Pacquiao Mayweather weekend, you might want to reconsider that marriage, man. I mean, I'm serious. If she insists, that's really foreshadowing some bad things to come. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If she can't understand that and can't change the date, you probably got bigger issues to come. You feel me? Don't go away, the Doug Stewart Show. What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers and compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you, so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So, don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam.
The Doug Stewart Show.
The place where the real players play.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service.
The Doug Stewart Show.
That's a brand name. Like Pepsi, that's a brand name. I stand behind it. I guarantee it.
The Doug Stewart Show.
If you ain't stewing, what the hell are you doing? Yeah! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. Are you not entertained? Yes! Thank you so much for joining me on the Doug Stewart Show today. And Throwback Thursday, man. A lot of fun, just like we do every single day, Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And a lot of interesting little stuff today, man. Hot and heavy in the fight talk with Ronda Rousey and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao. A lot of fight talk is in the air, and also this football stuff, man. These free agents and team signing big-name guys. But we've been reading a lot of chat today on the Doug Stewart Show. I really appreciate the chat. I really do. I really, really do. I mean, this is a skill. A lot of people just can't talk to their damn self for 2 hours. So whenever I get to, get some conversation starters from the dogs and the poodles and the Stewies, I really do appreciate it, man. Continue to pass the word, all right? Tell one person about the Doug Stewart Show. As I mentioned a couple of days ago, we crossed over 100,000 listens, and on yesterday, we crossed over 4,000 followers on Spreaker.com. I mean, in theory, if those 4,000 people tell one person, and we could, double that tomorrow, it doesn't quite work like that. It doesn't work itself out like that all the time. But, yeah, tell one person about the show, man. Let's grow the Doug Stewart Show. The realest, the trillest, the alternative to lame-ass sports talk is the Doug Stewart Show. So pass the word. From that ninja, Doug, you're 100% right. I already read that one. From Eugene Jackson, Chip Kelly really wants to win another BPA, going back on his word to Matthews now for Murray. Yeah, that's not a good look either. And I don't know exactly what was agreed upon. If Chip Kelly did actually tell, or the organization let Ryan Matthews think that they were going to sign him and then they welched on the deal. That's not a good look either. And also I read a story where LaShawn McCoy actually spoke to Frank Gore, and he kind of played around it in a little interview I saw. I think he did with the NFL Network. But it's kind of being intimated that LaShawn McCoy kind of badmouthed the Eagles organization, and that's why Frank Gore didn't go there. If that's the case, that's not a good look. This right here with Ryan Matthews is not going to be a good look. From Harvey Scott, Doug, I say TKO because Manny leaves himself open to be countered, not from one punch, but an accumulation of punches. That's true, and Floyd is one of the greatest counter punchers ever. He is. I just think Floyd's probably going to be careful, but not careful all at the same time. You understand? Like, I don't think Floyd really wants to stay in there too long and mix it up with Manny Pacquiao and get caught with a punch. So I doubt that it'll be a knockout from Floyd. I mean, once again, anything's possible, but I just don't see that happening because Floyd is just so cautious. Real people music. I just want Floyd to lose because the way my wife looks at the TV when that dude comes on. Don't want my wife in the hot tub like Tiny and Ashanti. Yeah. I hope your wife ain't looking at Floyd like that in those terms. And this is the Doug Stewart Show. More chat from King. Layla Ali couldn't beat her in the octagon, and she couldn't beat Layla in the ring. Find a happy medium. Ha ha. What would the happy medium be, though? And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. What would the happy medium be? Because if I'm Ronda Rousey, I'm not getting into a straight fist fight with Layla Ali. I can't win that. I got to be able to use all my MMA stuff. And if I'm Layla Ali, I don't want to get kicked in the shins all day long. So I wouldn't agree to that. I mean, I guess it'll be something like a catchweight type thing. Where they do agree upon certain things. But, I mean, that would be a conflict in itself. Because, if they tell Ronda Rousey, you can't kick her in the legs, and that's not cool. That's part of my arsenal. And then at some point in the fight, instincts are probably going to take over. And you told me not to kick her in the shins, but I've been kicking people in the shins for years. I'm probably going to do it anyway. So I don't know. That's going to be an interesting thing if this thing ever goes down. From KC, what Layla going to do with her hands when Ronda Rousey got her twisted up like a pretzel? Yeah, nothing. Like a pretzel. And trust me, I watch MMA. I'm a big fan of MMA and UFC and all of that stuff. And even out of the guys, this Ronda Rousey chick is real special on that mat. Like, she's got it to a science. She knows exactly what she's doing on that mat, man. And so if it goes on the mat, it's over. It's a wrap. Now, Layla is bigger and stronger. Could she get out of a lot of that stuff and divert a lot of that stuff? Maybe. But, I mean, Ronda Rousey's fought bigger chicks before. It doesn't happen. It doesn't matter. So, I don't know. Ronald Cameron, love Layla, but she better leave Rousey alone. John the Company Man, stop. This is a non-story. Layla Ali doesn't want nan parts of Ronda Rousey action. I agree with you for the most part, John. The problem is the money that's going to be generated from the promotion of this fight is probably going to be much or too much to turn away if you're UFC. And what's the guy name? Dana. I forgot the owner of WW or UFC's name. But yeah, this is a lot of money. Like, there's no other opponent in UFC, I don't think. I don't know. And once again, I don't keep up with women's boxing and women's MMA. So maybe there is. But I just know from a name standpoint, there's nobody bigger. And it's not a fight that will make as much money as Ronda Rousey and Layla Ali. You got to understand where I'm coming from on that thought. From Vince Wright, Layla better shut up. Ronda would kill her. John the Company Man, I agree on the last point, Doug. In boxing match, Layla wins all day, but this ain't boxing. Ronda Rousey will put the whammy-bammy on Layla's pretty ass. And that's another thing about it. I mean, she's too pretty to be getting all beat up. I don't like that. And I just don't want to see that happen to such a beautiful woman. That's exactly what I just said. Yeah. You finished my thought for me. Gary Joyner, Ali may be too prissy to fight Rousey. Rousey is overrated. Ann Wolfe is a ghetto enough to beat Rousey. Okay, and I don't know who Ann Wolfe is. Vince Wright. I got a signed Bo Jackson jersey, signed Pick a Bird, and Magic, Reggie Jackson, Ali, Ken Norton, and Floyd Patterson. Also got signed Sports Illustrated from Jack Nicklaus. Sir, you have a memorabilia collection for your ass. Good stuff. I've never been a real big autograph seeker. I told the story about how I got Ric Flair's autograph when I was a kid. That's probably like the only autograph I've ever had. And all the people that we've talked to and interviewed over the years doing the show, never asked anybody for an autograph. And I know that's crazy because Ryan used to have his camera and he used to have a book and he's got all types of mementos from all the interviews that we've done over the years. I never got one autograph from anybody. Not one. And I don't know why. I'm just not. I don't know. I've never been in awe of athletes like that. Never, ever in my life. And maybe it's my ego. I thought I should have been a pro. But I never asked for an autograph from any of the people that we interviewed and doing radio for over 11 years. And you know we talked to the biggest people in sports. Not one. Not one. Ryan probably has an autograph, and it's crazy because Ryan played in the NFL. He was a professional athlete. But Ryan probably has an interview or a autograph. I keep saying interview. An autograph from 95% of the people that we've interviewed live from doing radio. And a picture. He always had his camera. He always had his little autograph book. And I never did any of that. Like pictures, none of that stuff. If I wanted like a picture with me, Ryan, and, Michael Irvin or Layla Ali or whatever, I'm sure he has a picture. He probably just hadn't printed them up yet or posted them yet. But he took a ton of pictures and got a lot of autographs over the years. And me, for some reason, I guess in hindsight, I wish I would have. But I'm really not pressed about it. I never did. I never did. Yeah. Man, once again, a tremendous week in radio, online radio, the Doug Stewart Show, man. We'll do it again on tomorrow. Still tune in, still get in the chat room, be live and be interactive with the Stewies. But live, again, we'll do it on Monday. Yeah. Sports Talk with Hot Sauce, Texas Pete Hot Sauce. Thank you to all of the Stewies in the chat room that makes this show what it is. I really, really do appreciate it. Shouts out to Tree for all that you did today, all week long. The greatest producer in the history of producers. Thank you so much. Waterhead Walter. Thank you, Walter. Gerald Oliveri, Dwayne Vasson, thank y'all so much for what y'all do. We'll do it again live Monday. Same Doug Stewart time, same Doug Stewart channel. Peace!